for you. What we're going to be working on here is, of course, that nice target focus shooting style. However, this exercise helps with the flow or connecting targets with visual barriers together, shooting them as like one set of targets. Make a couple examples for you. What am I staring at?
The dot.
The dot. Do I look relaxed? No. Does it look like I'm reacting as soon as I see the sight where I want it? No. What am I doing? Stabilize. Like you can see, everything stops before I give myself permission to pull the trigger. Okay, so this is not what we want. React to the color. So color confirmation. Is this close enough that we can do those aggressive pairs, like predictive shooting? Yes, I want to see that. All right. And then I think you're going to have an easier time if you just keep moving. So the situation a lot of people find themselves in, especially with a dot, so they see all the movement in the sight. So they're walking, they see the sight moving, they're like, fuck. They stop. They're like, okay, now shoot. And then, oh, I got to move again. Right. And that, as you can see, like that looks awkward. It's not efficient. You're just going to have an easier time if you just continually smoothly walk through a scenario. Just walk through it and look at where you want. Now, again, you have to recognize color confirmation is the key to this. The sight floating somewhere, like that's good enough. I'll react to that and pull the trigger. If you try to sit and make the sight picture look perfect, like the dot is stopped and stable, you're going to be way too slow and probably you won't be able to move while you're doing that. Does that make sense? All right. Take another look at it. Now, if it's looking like that, what am I going to tell you to do?
Faster.
Go faster. Makes sense? You can see I'm going through here very, very quick. I'll show you a couple of common examples of issues. Were the hits in that middle section there? We don't know. But it's like you're watching, it was like something weird happened there, right? So what very commonly happens is the two targets in the middle, you see them together. So if I can see one and shoot it, the other one, I'm aware of it, and it's right next to the other target. So what people tend to do is they look to connect to this one, shoot it, and let's push the gun, like push it over there into the brown and go, bah, 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 and just keep shooting. Instead, no. Disconnect from this spot, look where I want the gun to go over here, and I'll pick out that spot and wait for the red to show up. Another good example. What was wrong with that? What's that? Yeah, you could see. I was like, when I transitioned or moved, I would push the gun. Then I'd take a beat for the gun to come back and me to clean the sight picture up, see the red in the center, and then pull the trigger. That is very common here. When people are shooting and moving, they tend to focus on the movement. Like, oh, I got to move over there really fast. And what I'll just tell you, it's way more efficient. It's way easier. Instead of emphasizing movement, just look for the target. Your body will move you there, but it won't be jerky. It'll be nice and smooth. You tracking what I'm saying there? So just for reference, that time was 3:58, which doesn't mean much, but I'll just take away the cue in my head to throw the gun or to push to the next target. Instead, I'll try to emphasize visual precision, just find my spot instead of trying to whip the gun around. And watch, it'll look a little bit different. How much faster did that look? It didn't. It was 274. So it was 3/4 of a second faster. It didn't look it. Make sense? It's just like, this is about precision, finding the spot through the walls. We put walls in the way, and dudes just want to make it physically. I need to get my body there, which I'm telling you, make emphasis, get your eyes there, let your body come behind you. You'll feel slow, but you will be fast and efficient. Now, when I say you feel slow, is that a problem? I mean, it shouldn't be, but the reality is if you're in a timed event competing with people and you feel slow, you'll make that a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you should. This is why yesterday I told you I showed you your times. Like when you were going crazy on one, I was just like, you understand this is actually slower, and you're looking at something like, holy shit, because your perception's not reality. So I think understanding the perception piece of it's a big deal. So if for me if I'm shooting a stage at a high level event, it's important for me to understand I'm not going to feel fast if I'm doing it right. If I feel fast, what's really happening is I'm out of control. Almost certainly. Make sense? All right. So this setup here, we have the black aiming references. I think that's an interesting, it'll be interesting. We can take those away if you don't want them. We'll have them up there if you feel you want them for training. Like it's just one way to do it. Let's go down over here. This is the same exercise setup. The same exercise, just with no shoots. Okay. How much are these no shoots going to slow things down?
Not much.
Right. So they're going to slow you down a little bit, but really not very much. And that's why these are here. This is an acclimation thing to get acclimated to, hey, see the flash of red, shooting really aggressively just off the flash of the sight. Even though there's no shoots here, like I recognize if I put the sight where it's meant to be and I don't torque the gun around, I can shoot again really aggressively. So let's go ahead and make an example here. Just a little bit more careful, a little bit more restrained. But like those no shoots don't need to be a big deal. Okay. And again, they're there so you get acclimated to what that looks like, where you've got the target you want to hit here, a no shoot right next to it, and you're seeing the sight go like bouncing off it fast, and you're not wigging out about that. Make sense to everybody? Okay. So just as before, I'll be running range up here, unlimited live shooting down on the stage if you want to do it. And we'll cycle everybody through this, and then we'll change it up to something else. All right, let's get to it.